What's up, Crush? What's up, Nancy? Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's a different location. Not sure how I feel about it yet, but it's a lot clearer by comparison since I'm no longer all the way up there. But good morning, everyone. We are here in Meta Madness Qualifier number 3, day number 1. On the left-hand side, we have got Dämmätsch providers, and on the right, it will be dogs. What's up, Omg? How you doing today, bud? We are going to be heading to Infernal Shrines for map number 1. The coin flip was won by Dämmätsch providers. They opted for first pick priority as the coin flip winning team. They will ban out Cursed Hollow Garden of Terror, Towers of Doom, and Sky Temple banned out by dogs, and we will be heading to Infernal Shrines as the first map by dogs. You must have grown at least 2 feet tall last night. Yes, I am so much taller. I am 7'9" now. Yes, I am now 7'9". Thanks for the heads up on the UI, Crush. We might swap back to the old UI. I have a hot swap button for my casting stuff above, so it's not that big of a deal, but God, I hate using the old AI or UI. Alright, good morning, Rob. What's up? Thank you for the coordination and adminning. Anyways, hope you're all doing well today. And yeah, Crush, thanks for the heads up on that. Hopefully Allie gets a fix on that quickly or something. But either way, we are in Infernal Shrines for map number 1 for Meta Madness. Oh, I need to note as well. Oh, that is ugly. I wanted to look at the baseline bans for the tournament. That's what I wanted to look at. Genji, Hanzo, Anduin, Blaze, Hogger, Diablo, Sergeant Hammer, Vala, Brightwing, Abathur, Lucio, and Tracer. So we have added a few more heroes since last week. Because last week there were 8, and now we've got what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So there's been 4 more heroes added into that to that ban pool, as we have a Johanna, Maiev, Sylvanas, and Murden to be banned away. As always, with the Meta Madness style of draft, the bans at the top of the screen do not add to the list of bans, only heroes that are picked in plate. So, heroes like Junkrat, that was just grabbed right there, he is going to be unavailable for future maps in this best of 3. What's up, Bear? How you doing today? Chill day of watching WoW race world and some HOTS. Oh, what is the what's the race for WoW? Ooh, Greymane to Haka. I like the Haka early on. Greymane will be lunging in. By the way, we did have a patch recently that fixed a bunch of bugs, but of course it brought in a new bug with Alpha Killer level 16 on Greymane. So that is a banned away talent, but we don't see Alpha Killer a ton. It does pop up here and there, but it's not like the most common, it's not the most common 16 for Greymanes, I do believe. Alright, we'll go ahead and get into a Junkrat with a Lucio and Leoric. Oh my god, Lucio, god, my brain today. Leoric and a Nubrag will be grabbed with the Junkrat. Sorry, just different L's. We're just going through the L list in the brain. But we will get into our second ban phase here, and it is going to be probably a healer priority ban. Anduin's already gone, Brightwing's already gone. And Lucio as well. Okay, so we don't have to worry about any of those as bans, but they will get rid of the Ana. It's a race to recover recurring subs. It's the new raid tier. Ah, got you. WoW just trying to squeeze more money out of us. Alright, God, I'm struggling to wake up today, but we're getting there. Also, the tea. I boiled tea way too late, so it's too hot to drink, so we can't have any caffeine yet. Alright. We could just slam a Red Bull and I could start just vibrating at 7 in the morning. Rhaegar was banned away, as the members of Dogs did need a healer as well. They're going to grab a Tyrael and Malfurion. I really like the draft of Dogs quite a bit here. The draft of Dogs is very interesting. Very dive-heavy with the Tyrael Greymane. I'd like to see, actually... I like to see a mage with that Malfurion because of the innervate value. Maybe they go Jaina for the slows, so that way the dive can continue. Actually, ooh, that's beautiful. That is awesome right there. You're gonna go ahead and get a Mephisto Alexstrasza. Alexstrasza could also go globes. Well, I'm assuming she's gonna go globes at 1, and then she can be providing globes for a new Barak's Regeneration Master, Oisin's Renewal at level 1 for Leoric. So this combo on the side of Dämmätsch provider is very, very good. But I would love to see... I'd actually like to see a mobile mage. I doubt we see the Orphea, but I would love to see it with the Greymane Interior. I think this is more of like a Jaina at this point. Oh! Oh! Interesting. Put an ice cube in the tea. That is a good idea. That is actually a good idea. It'll cool down like halfway through the game. Also, I probably should drink a little bit more water. I got sick last night. I'm fine now, but I woke up in the middle of the night and I got really sick. So I think putting water back in my body first is going to be a very key thing. But let's go ahead and get into the cast, and let's start up a Twitch prediction. Which team wins map? Wins garden. Nope, that's a band map. Infernal Shrines. All right, let me grab these team names for ease, or at least this one. Versus DogZ. I'm gonna go with Zoo for ease. How you doing, bud? I look at the Z-U-I-U and I'm like, I don't know why my brain just ka-chunk. Good news, you made bail yesterday. Congratulations. Oh, wow, that is very ugly. I don't think I can change it right now. I don't think I can change it in live, but yeah, that's, we'll just deal with that at the top of the screen. No big deal. Does this actually fit it better? There we go. Sure, why not? On the left-hand side, we've got the members of Dämmätsch Providers. This is L-Dog on an Alex Straza, unlucky with, yes! Bash will be playing a Mephisto. We got an unlucky Anubarak, L-Dog, Alex Straza, Time Bullet on Leorca, and a Fakofi. We'll play a Junkrat on the right-hand side. We've got Sem on the Tyrael, hard to play Greymane. Link will be Malfurion, Zagar to be played by Suspect, and Splice will be on the Dahaka. There's a Twitch gamble going on in chat right now if you'd like to get your predictions in, as we have an unyielding power level 1 for the Mephisto. Yeah, we'll, yeah, that is... Well, hopefully Aliops fixed that soon, but we'll be back on the old UI in the next game. I've already changed my settings already, so... We'll have to deal with it for one game, but no big deal. You thought I was another person? No, I looked at your name and I had no idea how to pronounce it because I looked at the spelling and I was just like, I don't know how to pronounce U-I-U in English. They didn't give me that in my Detroit education. Splice will be making some double rotations here and there as they did pick up a enhanced agility, so movement speed buff will be building, but also you have a 5%, you have the movement speed bonus moved up from 2 seconds to a 5-second duration, so able to get from top to mid fast, and Zagar's gonna spread around creep. Zerg are taking over Infernal Shrines map number 1, as we also will see an Impaler camp on the right-hand side to be grabbed. Bottom lane Impaler camp will be grabbed by the members of Dämmätsch Providers. What's up, Colio? Just in time for prediction, yes indeed. Oh, as a reminder, there is Christmas cards as well. We're doing Christmas cards for a wonderful community here, so if you would like to check that out, it's a channel point redemption. I've already added a couple people in because they don't need to redeem the channel points. Time Bullet in top lane will get chunked here and lose their fort front gate. Splice is not going to be too worried as Essence will be popped. Time Bullet maybe having a drain hope, but not going to be the case. Dahaka brush stocks down. Looks like there's an invade into the camp over here. Immediate Anubarak Burrow Charge Impale slows down Dahaka's pressure, but Unlucky's got to wiggle their way out of this one, and yeah, this does look like it will be an invade succeeded by Dogs as Greymane gets split by the concussion mine, but bashes the target. Unfortunately, Hard will not be able to get that kill, and first shrine will be opening up in the mid lane. Frozen Punisher. You want a Christmas card? Nancy, I already added you to the list. I added you and Stark to the list. I was just like, y'all don't need to redeem channel points. You're here all the time. You're supporting beyond generosity. Yeah, easy free Christmas card for sure. shrine started out by the members of Damage Providers. We'll have a little bit more wave clear. Looking like Dogs wants level 7 before going in for this. Actually, they're going to give the Frozen Punisher away and just go for bottom lane siege. I don't see a world where you get 7 from off of this and then you go back to the shrine. Alex Straza and Mephisto will be left back on the point. That way Alex Straza can get those 2 regeneration globes. Actually, it seems like there's going to be a huge rotation down to the bottom lane for Damage Providers to try and delay out any sort of mega siege loss. Dahaka will find pressure onto L-Dog, but no drag to connect. Feeding Frenzy level 7 will increase the duration of that drag by 0.25 seconds. Or actually 0.5 seconds, right? Yeah, so it's at 2.25 seconds of drag duration, which in Heroes that feels like an eternity. Anything over 2 seconds feels like an eternity. But objective phase, as I mentioned, does go to Damage Providers. They're going to delay out for a second or two. Tap some wells. Try and push back the Zagara in top lane. Junkrat's doing just fine, but this fort front wall was taken down earlier. Here comes the Frozen Punisher to the members of Damage Providers. The new Barak wants to get these globes as well. L-Dog finishes at the level 1 questing talent, so every time a Circle of Life does go down on the ground, or excuse me, an Abundance, a regeneration globe will spawn, and that gives a new Barak a stack on his as well, since he's typically around Alex Straza, and when Leorc's around as well, he'll get 20 seconds of cooldown on this Oasin's Renewal, which baseline is 120. Jump onto Sem here, as the Punisher will not take down any enemies, but it does take down the fort front gate. All that remains is a little sidewall here. Leorc makes his way back into the top lane, and 10 talent tiers will be on the way. Let's go ahead and cycle through those numbers as we get an idea of what the damage, healing, and experience looks like in map number 1 of Meta Madness today. The rich get richer. I'm still trying to pronounce your name. Is it Zura Urek? Zura Urek? Zura Urek? It's the UIU is just throwing me so far off. Oh man, Crush getting first. God dang. It only took 20 minutes. Now, I'll find interesting ways to pronounce your name. I'll make up letters that aren't even there. 10 talent tier is going to be here for both sides, but of course... Oh, actually, let's look in mid lane really quickly. Sorry, I thought there was no scuffle to be had, but it's going to be a Sanctification, Tyrael, Isolation, Dahaka, Tranquility for the... Twilight Dream, excuse me, for the Malfurion. Devouring Maw Zagaran. That will be a Curse Bullet Greymane, as the Arcane Punisher will be coming up soon. On the opposing side... Cocoon, Riptire, Lifebinder, Durance of Fate, and an Entomb. First bullet starts out the dive into Unlucky, who's able to get a heal over the wall from L-Dog, as well as the Burrow Charge away. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Tyrael with Greymane is trying to push onto this fort right now. Greymane, I don't believe he has Inner Beast active. Actually, no, he does. You can see the glow on the claw. Why am I hiding the talents at the top? What? I have a different UI. But the UI, since there was a patch recently, it broke the custom UI we use. What's up, Slarif? How you doing? I hope you got to enjoy some Grand Poo World 3 last night. I needed to go to bed, but I wanted to watch Grand Poo World 3 streamers so bad. So entertaining. Such a good ROM hack. We'll have to wait for Ali. Yeah, we'll see if Ali pushes an update. Don't know if he will or if he wants to. Yeah, it'll be fixed. It'll be fixed in the next game. I didn't even think about the patch affecting this. But I guess it makes a lot of sense that it would break it, especially with some heroes getting health bars like Misha and the Vikings and stuff like that, as well as talents being moved around. So I'm sure there's definite things on the background that move and broke. Unlucky's going to be 2 stacks away, and if they get this objective, which it looks like they're on the road for, Damage Providers will be able to get those 2 globes from the spawning objective. Are dogs gonna get 13 and jump back in for a steal? I mean, there's only 10 skeletal fenders. No. I think you give this. No, Dahaka goes in. He brush stocks in. Lifebinder onto Mephisto immediately as the Riptire from Junkrat will come through. Isolation onto Mephisto as the pressure continues. Cocoon and Deuteria. Alex Strauss is forced to use the Dragon Queen summon. Throws down a circle of life on the ground. The Durance of Hate goes onto a few. That is a huge sanctification to mitigate the Durance of Hate's root and such, as the Punisher in bottom lane will jump onto Link. Now Furion trying to run out of here as Anubrak burrows in, lands the Impale Burrow Charge. Hard is trying to roll to disengage, throws the Gilnean Cocktail back, and Anubrak is done with Regeneration Master. So not only does he have the faster regeneration that he's been scaling, but he also gets a bonus 500 HP from finishing out this quest at level 1. A lot of healing over time applied to Bash. As the bottom lane fort front gate goes down, the fort itself is going to be down to about 50%. And the members of Damage Providers managed to get some great siege value here. Mephisto almost done with Unyielding Power level 1. No Hysteria level 13. I didn't think we would get it, but I can always hope. With the Alex Straza level 1 synergy, it's just a dumb cooldown on your heroic. Durance of Hate goes out once again. Can't find Link. The Lifebinder activated. This time I think it's L-Dog who's actually going to be receiving some HP. Riptire from Junkrat into the face of the Greymane, who's immediately going to be cocooned by Anubrak, going back in onto Zagara, and it's first blood almost 10 minutes in onto Mephisto to the side of dogs. Some hilarious moments. Yeah. I was watching Grand Pooh Bear, and he got hit with some Kaizo blocks that I, no joke, was cackling at. There was one that was just so good. He was sitting there, he's like, I can't even be mad at that. He's like, that was just good. For those of you who don't know, there's a ROM hack that came out yesterday for Super Mario World called Grand Pooh World 3. And it's very, very difficult Mario, Kaizo Mario, so some very talented Mario streamers were all playing it yesterday and probably for the next week and a half. A little splash damage over the wall from Greymane's Incendiary, well, Gilnean Cocktail, but the Incendiary Elixir level 7 was completed out. Zagara Bile Drop level 7 at 8 out of 12 stacks. Unyielding Power 33 out of 40. Dahaka 6 out of 10 on his Enhanced Agility. I mentioned before Alex Straza done, as well as Anubrak with his level 1. And Dahaka grabs another wave in top, and it's only one kill, but the passive experience gain, the split soaking, it's about a level lead that's formed in favor of dogs here. You're enjoying Laser. I caught a little bit of his as well. Yeah, I caught a bit of him. Hey, what's up, Ninja? Good morning. Okay, so the poke continues in this mid lane. Zagara continuing to summon down some biles. Picked up another stack of that 12 I mentioned. Mephisto jumps out with a shade forward, trying to clear out the wave. Devouring Maw went fishing for somebody. Couldn't find anything, and top lane Shrine will be a Mortar Punisher popping up next as Anubrak goes in with a Burrow Charge. Dahaka burrows down underground, gets hit with a Durance of Hate, cleansed out by Malfurion. Going on to Greymane. I don't think they can find anything off this. And Entomb from Leoric, it is 16 to 15 in levels, favoring the side of dogs as Leoric will fall. L-Dog takes a Curse Bullet and gets a well tap. Mephisto's done with his level 1 with all of the poke potential during this team fight. A little bit of lag on my end, sorry about that, chat. NA lag, but sitting there waiting to see if Damage Providers were going to be able to find a counter kill or if dogs would get a second. Neither to be had. Mephisto starts working his way towards top lane to get 16 talent tier and start this objective, I do assume. Alright. Ominous Wraith Royal Focus, 13-16. Abhorrent Skull, as well as the Lightning Reaction. Nubrak's holding level 16. Greymane will go into Executioner. As we mentioned, Alpha Killer currently banned away as it's got a little bit of a bug since we had a new patch. Oh, it's Underking, right? No, Epicenter. Underking's earlier on. Drag right onto Junkrat. Lifebinder activated onto him as well. Unfortunately, I think Unlucky could use that Lifebinder more so. Alexstrasza should have a Dragon Queen available. Nubrak burrows back in. L-Dog drops a healing circle on the ground. There's the Dragon Queen activated for another healing circle as well. Unlucky is not very lucky. Does go down. Junkrat to fall. Tyrael will be traded. 2 for 1, but unfortunately, Leoric does get picked off as well. 3 for 1. Tyrael, I think he got a little bit of death timer reduction as well from hitting one enemy hero. Zagara splits off. She'll be able to grab the mid lane fort with her summonables and her siege potential. Dahaka actually going to help out with this as well, while Greymane, Malfurion manage the top lane. Bottom lane still got a catapult pushing in. Things are looking better and better for Dogs in map number 1 of our first best of 3 of the day. How am I doing? I got sick in the middle of last night, but then I slept good for the other half. So, like, I'm okay-ish. I just, like, I don't know, just something didn't digest well, and I just didn't feel well. But I woke up like decently well rested. Bandit and I got a walk before the sun came up, so it was staring and looking out for coyotes and bears constantly. But we're here, and Mortar Punisher is available to Dogs who want to get themselves 20 talent tier and I think push into top lane keep. It's all right. I mean, yeah, weak stomach, weak constitution. It happens. It's all right though. Dahaka brush talks into top, was looking for maybe a drag or some sort of initiation onto this Leoric. Unfortunately, the Wraithwalk has already got him out of this situation. Mortar Punisher is gonna be jumping over the wall. Lifebinder is not enough to keep a Nubarak alive, and my level 1 suggestion didn't help either. Isolation immediately onto Alexstrasza as she comes out of the Devouring Maw. And this is a L-Dog to fall. Dahaka's done with his level 1 enhanced agility. Punisher jumps onto Basher, and Bash will be bashed by Malfurion as the top lane keep will be going down. And this is looking like map number 1 going over to the side of Dogs as they pick up their 8th kill, maybe 9th kill into the Leoric, excuse me. But no, Greymane jumps onto Core with the Dark Flight in. And Dogs will have map number 1 here in Meta Madness Qualifier number 3, day number 1. It broke the Aliob's UI, but we're gonna swap back to the classic UI. Prominent Punisher. Oh gosh. I hope you're all doing well today. Thanks for coming by the stream. Let me double check that my settings are gonna carry over. Defaults and default, okay. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks for hanging out with us, chat. Welcome to your weekend cartoons. This is always the weirdest thing to me. I'm the person that can get sick in the middle of the night. I'm sitting here right now like, you know what'd be good after stream later on? Thai food. I don't think that's a smart thought on my end. By the way, no one banned Braxis Holdout in this series, so I'm curious. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into Meta Madness Qualifier number 3, day number 1. We're in our first best of 3 of the day. On the left-hand side, we have Dämmätsch providers. On the right, it is going to be Dogs. And Dogs are up in this best of 3 series. We are here in Meta Madness, of course. That means that heroes that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps in this best of 3 series. There are also baseline bans in the tournament. And you know what? Hold on one second. I'm going to make a pin message. /pin. Oh, /pin. Heroes. Base. Pre-banned heroes for qualifier number 3. Boom. Manually until I unpin it after stream. Boom. There we go. Now we have a pin so you can know what the heroes baseline are banned. Yes, there is a Christmas card redemption chat. did you put out when you do Grand Pool World? When I do Grand Pool World 3, I'm not doing Grand Pool World 3. No, I was joking around about trying it, but no. No, no, no. Imagine not paying 1,000 bits to yourself to ping your own message. I can't pay for my own bits. Closer bandit cam, get right up in the snoot. No, no, we have to give him some space. We have a 10-hour difference. Yeah, so you are Eastern European time zone, right? Because Central, so UK is 8 hours, Central Europe is 9 hours, Eastern Europe is 10 hours, I believe. Jeez, Baha, come on. I did the first level. Just try it. I actually... Alright, Slayer, if you tier 3 sub, I will try the first level. What's up, Mo? How you doing? Have you heard about Spaz's edited Aliob's interface version for this patch? No, I have not. No, I have not. Correct. I'm great at time zones. All right, let's get into this. Dragonshire map number 2. We did have a ban onto Sky Temple, Towers of Doom from DogZ, Cursed Hollow, and Garden of Terror from Dämmätsch providers. First map was Infernal Shrines, chosen by DogZ, I do believe. Yes, and they won that map. Dämmätsch providers opted for first pick priority, so DogZ will be choosing to take us to Dragonshire for map number 2 here as we get into the first half of the draft. Rexar, Maiev, Sylvanas, and Chromie are banned away. Rhaegar, Li Ming, Varian will be picked up on the left-hand side, and an Ana Muradin for DogZ. Okay, so a very simple start for DogZ, but I'm going to assume they're going to be leaning into some sort of hyper-carry mage with the Ana. Try and get that nano boost value. That's actually not true. We in the EU area, we often do see Twitch sub. We often do see Eye of Horus in the EU region. Nancy, thank you for the crazy generosity. Thank you for the tier 1 gifted sub to Slarif. Thank you very much. No worries, bud. No worries, bud. I was giving you a little bit of a hard time, but we'll maybe consider doing a Grand Pool World 3 test day or something like that. But no, I have not heard about Spazzo's edited Aliob's interface. I literally heard about the Aliob's interface breaking at 7:05 when the draft for this first game was already starting. So, yeah, I'm a little behind on things. Hypercarry Cho'Gall, is that a thing? Yeah, I mean, a hypercarry Cho'Gall is always a thing. Because Cho'Gall always carries. Alright, for Dragonshire, Ana Muradin, Yrel, Raynor. Honestly, I would love to see Jaina. I would love to just see a Jaina with this composition right here. Thank you again, Nancy and Slarif. Welcome back to the Bahamuts. Enjoy your ad-free viewing and all that good stuff. You could reach out to him and try the edited version. I'm good. I'll wait. I'll just wait for Aliobs to get fixed. I'm not too stressed out about it, but thank you very much. I appreciate it. Alrighty, Sonya Zul'jin. Ooh. Okay, I do like the Zul'jin quite a bit. Especially for this map where you're constantly 4v4ing in bottom lane. Zul'jin should be able to stack up fairly easily. Especially when Muradin wants to kind of get in your face, so Zul'jin will be pressuring Muradin back.
Let the games begin.
Medivh. I don't hate it. It's interesting. Okay. Alright. It's definitely interesting. I would like to see Jaina too, in the game. Or in real life, that's fine. No, I appreciate it, Mo. Thanks. It's just, I'm not gonna, because if I try and do it, I'll be scrambling and testing things live on stream. I don't want to do that. I'll wait. I'm sure there'll be a fix within the next 24 hours. I'm sure there'll be a fix by like tomorrow morning or something like that. But I appreciate the information. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Alright, we'll have a Twitch gamble for this after I introduce the teams. Thanks for being here. Oh, I'm almost done with water. I can drink the tea. Want a DM in Discord for the Xmas card redemption? Yes, I need your address. You gotta send me your address somehow. Oh, look how ugly that is. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back into Meta Madness Qualifier number 3 with our first best of 3 of the day. On the left, or on the right-hand side, we are going to be seeing DogZ, who are up in this best of 3 series, looking for a quick 2-0 to move on in this upper bracket. It is a double elimination bracket. Link on the Ana, Sem to play the Muradin. Hard will be on a Rainer. We have a, oh, because it's the old UI, you can't see it. Who's playing Medivh? Suspect Medivh and Splice Urel. To the left-hand side, looking for a third map through Dragonshire. Bash playing Zul'jin. Time Bullet on a Sonya. Unlucky Varian. L-Dog, Rhaegar, and Fakofi, I think is how you say their name, on Li Ming. The gamble has begun. We are on the old, ugly UI, but I'll do my best to show stacking because Rainer did go into Veteran Marksman level 1. Do my best to show you all some of those stackages later on as we progress here. It's going to be a sleep dart onto Unlucky Biotic Grenade as well. Deep will also have his baseline questing stacks. How are we going to check those, chat? How are we going to check those? We're going to have to hit tab. We're going to have to tab it. Will you ever cast with Grubby again? If there's a game that Grubby and I can both cast together, yes. But in the foreseeable future, I have no idea. Maybe we'll cast some Stormgate together. Maybe we'll cast some Zero Space. There's a bunch of RTS games that are coming out, so maybe we'll do something with that together. When HDC 3.0 comes out, Grubby and I will be the lead casters for NA. No. But, I mean, here's to hoping. There's a bunch of RTS games that I'd like to work on, and, if he takes part in them, maybe him and I will work together. Time will only tell. Big bet coming in. Best of luck. Oh, that's a lot. 63,000 on damage providers. We're trying to go for a new record this weekend. Siege Giants will be grabbed on both sides as we move back into bottom lane, so I gotta fix my framing. I'm usually a little different on positioning the camera, but because usually it's between the top bar and the talents, but yeah, that's that's way too big. Taunt from Varian onto Unlucky. Bash is gonna continue stacking up. Good cleanse out from L-Dog. Actually, no, that was Bash's own self-cleanse. Bash used the Voodoo Shuffle right there, because Rhaegar was still in Wolf Run form. Your favorite combination? Mine, hey, mine too, bud. I loved working with Doa. I loved casting with Cronin and McIntyre and Justing, as well as Casanova. But Grubby is just was one of the most fun dudes to cast with. He would always yes and, or he always had a joke to go along with something that you were kind of leaning into. You know, just a good duder. All right, well. Medivh continues to poke out here and there. 15 stacks on Medivh's baseline stacking. Rainer will pepper out as best as he can. Li Ming poking in here and there. Let's take a peek into the top lane really quickly. Time Bullet up against Slice. Slam build for Sonya. Rainer will go into Behemoth Armor 4. Rainer actually getting a knockback onto Unlucky, who dives back in on this bottom lane. Bash a little low. It is a Bone Slicer Zul'jin at level 1, so he's not going to get extra stackage from being below 50% HP. Once Bob becomes world #1 Stormgate caster, Grubby will come back. Well, at that rate, Crush, it will be you and I as #1. What's up, Sintel? How you doing, bud? Well, I appreciate the kind words, yeah. As I always say, here's to hoping to cast with him again. Stormbolt to start out a fight onto Bash here, and they will be able to take down the Zul'jin. The trade is, though, the Dragonite will go over to the side of damage providers. I don't know how much value it's going to get. Sonya gets inside. Medivh's actually going to get some free stackage off that. 22 stacks is, yeah, Suspects is just going to chase down the Dragonite. These are just free stacks for Medivh. And Rainer. Medivh and Rainer are just sitting here stacking out of their mind, and this dragon gets 0 value. Did it get a Flame Belch on mid lane. Yeah, that's about it. Another kick into Yrel. 28 stacks on Medivh. We move back into mid lane. Rhaegar goes in for a bite as the Sleep Dart connects from Link into him. Casting with Kaldor. He usually does solo casting, and I usually do solo casting. The only way for one of us to cast, the only way it would really work, like we could do casting together, but then talking to your chat and stuff like that doesn't work out. It would have to be one of those situations where one of us has to go into the other person's channel, which then one of us would have to then get paid. And then that's just, yeah, so. A lot of these qualifiers and stuff like that, it's just easier to solo cast. You can interact with your Twitch chat. I mean, it is, yeah, there's more information provided with co-casters, and, you know, we can trade off on play-by-plays and information, but that's just part of streaming. Invade onto the left-hand side. Siege camp will be stolen away by dogs. Damage providers, though, cleared out before it even gets into lane. Do it, crush style, and ignore chat. I'm too, I can't. I look over at Twitch chat too much. The only time when I would never look at Twitch chat is when I would do casting for CCL. During CCL, I would never have Twitch chat open. And I would go back and watch the VODs, and that's when I would look at Twitch chat. So it'd be like Sunday night, I'm editing VODs, and I'm just watching people being like, Bahamut should shut up! No. But I never had Twitch chat open, because I just get too distracted by it. I got too many things going on in my head. Sem is maybe in... No, it's level 10, and he's got Avatar, and there's a Medivh, and... Yep, he's out. No big deal. I mean, Avatar will be burned, but it is level 4 Reverberation for Muradin, so that does give 5% cooldown on the Heroic for those Thunderclaps that do connect onto enemies. As the Leyline Seal comes through, Bash is going to get an Ancestral Healing with the Toss Dingo activated as well. Hyperion coming through. Medivh will finish out his baseline stacks on that Arcane Rift. Yamato Cannon gets a couple shots on the fort, and the fort front gate will fall as our next Dragon Knight's up and available. Sonya pushes up top lane and does take down the vast majority of the fort front gate as we move back into bottom with Ana in Shrike mode, getting those piercing dart heals onto allies. Varian's level 1 Lion's Maw is completed as Medivh birds up. Checking on the Rainer's stacking, he's at 37 stacks on his Veteran Marksman, 28 on Behemoth Armor, and our Zul'jin's currently at 16 stacks out of the 30. So he's got the 1.1 range increase. At the 30 mark, he will get the Twin Revolve on the Cleave. But of course, Zul'jin's baseline is uncapped. Just those are the noted marks for the rewards. Co-casting with Bandit is enough for you. I appreciate that. Bandit does provide a lot of really good insight to the stream. Medivh looking, or sets up a portal. Fortunately, there's no one to jump into it. I don't think Yrel gets to it in time. She is rotating down, maybe looking for a flank. Spliced with the Avenging Wrath over the wall. No. Going right back into mid lane. Stormbolt from Muradin, getting some pressure onto Unlucky. Bash continues to throw in those axes as Unlucky is going to get hit with a Leyline Seal. The Biotic Grenade is still delayed out. Medivh! Nano boosted Medivh? What is this madness? Hyperion out from Raynor. The Tomato Cannon dealing 1,332 damage into structures. As Sonya chills in the mid lane, and she will delay out an objective phase. Actually, Muradin, maybe he can get this in time. Yrel will. Oh no, Time Bull's just gonna be chilling in the bush. One delay onto Muradin. No one's on the shrine in bottom. The minion wave was pulled up over here, and yeah, Muradin's gonna get delayed out by minions. That one time my Storm League teammate was laughing at me because I couldn't get Dragonite when I was getting constantly hit by archers. Bro, you're bad. You can't pick up a Dragonite. Yet the archer hitting me. It is meta madness. It is, but I wasn't really expecting a nano boosted Medivh. Not really the target that I was thinking for the Nano boost. I honestly thought it was going to be Eye of Horus. I completely didn't even check the 10 for Ana. Well, bottom lane structure may go down here. The Dragonites dropped way below 50%. And of course, just like on the opposing side, they don't want to give free stacks over to the enemy heroes like Zul'jin. So yeah, Zul'jin will make quick work of this. Gets kicked by the Dragonite. One more Flame Belch? No. Burden's able to Dwarf Toss out. Gets the Stormbolt, a Thunderclap. He's able to back away. Variant does have Mortal Wound level 4, or level 13. It's gonna take me a second to get used to the old UI here. And that's gonna be where the minus 40 healing on the Muradin was applied from. Nano Yrel? See, that's, yeah, I was thinking maybe like Nano Yrel. I mean, honestly, maybe even Nano Raynor? Why not? But Bahamut's all auto attack damage, okay. But Raynor would glow. Wouldn't it actually apply to, would it apply to Hyperion? Spell power and their basic ability cooldowns are recharged 50% faster. Wouldn't it? Yeah, because it affects Diablo's lightning breath, so right? It would affect Hyperion. Honestly, that was my thought. Because Hyperion, I believe, is spell damage. Or at least the Yamato Cannon is maybe spell damage? That's where things get a little muddled, actually. I mean, Nano Garrosh is actually crazy fun. Nano Muradin, for sure. No, like, we actually talked about this before in an ARAM, and I know ARAMs are not the same as a competitive game, but I think I was playing Ana, and I was nano boosting the Garrosh, and it was just comical. I mean, yeah, but I mean, basic ability cooldown, so that's more Stormbolts, more Thunderclaps, more Dwarf Tosses. Actually gonna go Healing Static level 13. Muradin will clear up mid lane. 16 talents here achieved as well. What are we gonna be looking at? Penetrating, oh no, Paint Them Red. That's gonna be the Dwarf Launch. Temporal Flux. Trying to get used to the old UI here, so my apologies. Checking talents is, it's so weird checking talents at the top of the screen. More of Raynor's W, that's true too. Yeah, more Inspire. Dwarf Launch gets a good gap for Muradin. He's able to back away. Top lane wave is on top of the fort right now. Gonna shred this down to about 50%. Minions don't fixate onto structures, so once this minion wave is here, the archers will start working on the minion wave. Portal set up by Medivh, maybe looking to jump onto Bash here. Actually, Bash is gonna take a whole handful of damage. Earthgrasp Totem thrown down on the ground by Rhaegar to slow down the enemy advancing. Ardent Defender utilized by Yrel. Sem is getting low, gets the protection, and a avatar activated. What's up, Gage? Thanks for the lurk, I appreciate it, bud. Good to see all of you in chat. Welcome in, King Andrew. Time bullet delayed out. That stacking on the left-hand side means Zul'jin has hit his 30 stack. And bottom lane will be delayed out by Muradin. He's got the Moon Shrine in the bottom lane. No Stormbolt into Bash. Raynor, oh! Zul'jin gets some big burst damage with the help of Li Ming. Or it might have been the other way around, but either way, Raynor will go down, and I think that was his first death of the game. As Raynor's first death of the game. Some stats at the bottom of your screen. It's not the most appealing looking thing, but hey, whatever. Some stats for all of you if you are curious. While we look at this bottom lane fort fall. Sonya in the top lane, can she? Nah, she's fine. A little bit of siege pressure from the Zul'jin. Do we have any? Oh, whoopsie poopsies. There we go. I went to hit Control 3, and that just brought up Li Ming. So I was like, all right, yep. All I have is Control 1 and 2. I forgot how limited the old UI is. That's really what they should patch into the game. They should just patch in the other UI styles. Just put them in the game permanently. Muradin goes to tap the bottom lane Moon Shrine. He's going to be slowed down by that Earthgrasp Totem. Oh no, not another Raynor death! Spider Grenade goes out. Leyline Seal from Medivh. Delays things out for a moment. Rhaegar does have the Ancestor healing if he needs it. Avatar activated by the Murden. He's getting a little low and will fall to the Zul Jin. That's a reset for Li Ming. Ancestor healing onto her as Rainer's going to try and poke out, but Hard is looking like they may fall. The portal allows the Rainer to back away. Yrel gets out as well. Rainer accidentally goes back through the portal. No, Rainer!
How quickly the tide turns.
Rainer, I think, accidentally clicks on portal and goes back through. They will fall. Unlucky. It's seeming pretty lucky right now. Dropping low, Bite Grenade applied. But Rhaegar Chain Heals will come through. Does have that Earth Living enchantment level 4. Little extra healing on those targets below 50%. Yrel jumps in, Avenging Wrath, Righteous Hammer to bop back the enemies. Sleep Dart out from Link as the Dragon Knight gets a kick onto this Ana. Bottom lane, Damage Providers, they're looking to push in here. They want to take map number 2. The Dragon Knight's advancing towards core. There's 2 dead, Rainer and Yrel for still. Oh, wait, big leyline seal. As the kick onto Murden pushes him out. Damage Providers did not listen to my talent suggestions, and it looks like they will take map number 2. We're heading into a game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. GG, well played. Oh, I can still spin the camera. Hey, Bear, thanks for the lurk. Well, someone's 61,500 points are safe. Someone's channel points are safe. Don't be ridiculous, it's an Artanis game. I mean, you are correct. Welcome back into Meta Madness Qualifier number 3. Day number 1, first best of 3 of the day. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have Damage Providers. On the right is going to be DogZ. And riding into Tomb of the Spider Queen. Sky Temple, Towers of Doom were banned up by DogZ. Curse Hollow and Garden of Terror banned up by Damage Providers. Inferno Shrines was the first map chosen by DogZ. And they won that. Damage Providers opted for first pick priority into the second map. And DogZ took us to Dragonshire. Damage Providers won that map, and so it will be DogZ taking first pick priority, and Damage Providers choosing to take us to Tomb of the Spider Queen. We do have 12 heroes banned away if you are coming into the stream a little late for the Meta Madness Qualifier number 3. If you'd like to know who those heroes are, I have a pinned message at the top of Twitch chat. If someone would like to repost that, they're welcome to do so. But either way, it's a pinned message at the top of the Twitch chat, so you can just check that. That'll be up there all day. And since we've had 2 maps, that means we have 20 heroes that are banned away. So heroes that were picked and played in previous maps are unavailable for map number 3 here. So no Rhaegar, no Ana, no Dahaka, no Greymane, no Muradin. What are we going to start out here with, though? DogZ wanted the first pick. What do they think they want? No outdoor view. 1, it's a super overcast day, so it's dark, and the lights in the studio, or my stream room, kind of reflect off the window. 2, my neighbor's still getting their roof worked on, and I don't know if they have roofers coming today, so I don't want to point a camera at a bunch of strangers, you know? So, yeah, we're just, we're being respectful. So once their roof is done, I'll have the bird camera back up. But also, we're fiddling around with this new, main camera location to see if it's good or not. Cam's good. One day it was 4 cameras, just cycled like through. You know what? I thought about that too. I thought about putting like one up here. I have 2 more cameras, the bird camera, and then I have the hand camera. So our hand camera for painting. Anyways, Stukov Maev on the left-hand side for Damage Providers. DogZ are gonna have a first pick Rexxar. Oakward Silence, thank you for the follow. Glad you're enjoying the content. Cheers, bud. It's Cho'Gall! It's Cho'Gall. It's a Cho'Gall. It is. It's a Cho'Gall setup. They have the setup. Spell armor debuff, Rexar's a solid solo laner, offers in some CC. Whitemane is a very weird healer, but she can work. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a Cho'Gall. It's gonna happen. DogZ is gonna Cho'Gall. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it in my left clavicle. Oh god, stupid. Is Tychus banned away in the tournament? I forget. I should put this list alphabetical. Lucio Tracer. Yeah, I'm gonna remake that list at some point and make it alphabetical. Wait, it's not a Cho'Gall. It's not gonna be a Cho'Gall. They would have banned the Tychus, I feel. Or would they? Maybe they just don't need to. Also, are we looking at a main tank Maev? It could be. No, main tank Uther, Kael'thas. Okay, do it. Do it, 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 do it. Because they still need a solo laner. They still, like, damage providers still need a solo laner, so I don't think, well, they could solo lane with Tychus, but, I mean, solo lane Tychus into Rexar wouldn't be fun, but then you could just swap the Falstad in there and just throw hammerings at him all day. Come on, do it. Don't you want to continue in the upper bracket, dogs?
I will not be denied.
My day's ruined. That's it. There's no recovering today. Today's the worst day ever. Stitches Gul'dan. To be grabbed for the side of dogs. We'll have a last pick on the left-hand side. They still need a solo lane or go up against the Leoric, or the Rexar. Don't know what they actually want to put into the Rexar right now for solo lane. Do they want to go range? They're going to go into a Chen. Okay. Cowards! Boo! I know, right? I know, right? Cowards. Boo. Start prediction. Which team wins Tomb of the Spider Queen? I have a direct message request from Bearquake. Accept DM. Can I mark as unread for later? Mark unread. There we go. It's at the top of my list. By the way, we do have a Christmas card redemption. You can use exclamation sheet to see who's redeemed. We have 50 cards this year. We're just doing one regular redemption. We're not doing anything special. Like we're not going to do two separate ones. All of the cards will be special. I'm going to try and personalize all of them a little bit. As we get closer to Christmas, if we still have a lot of cards available, we will open it up where people can redeem cards for other people. But right now at the start, I just don't want it so, like, I don't want someone to, like, spam, like, 18 redemptions or something like that. So, we'll hang on to that for a moment. But let's go ahead and talk about our map number 3 on the left-hand side. Damage Providers with an unlucky Stukov. Fakofi on a Kael'thas. Accidentally took Mana Addict at 1. L-Dog to play an Uther Time Bullet Chen. And Bash will round out the team on Maev. To the right of the map, we are looking at DogZ, Link, Rexar, Misha playing Misha, Suspect Whitemane, Splice on Stitches, Hard to play Gul'dan, and Sem on the Falstad. You've had a moment to look at the level 1s, so let's go ahead and throw the Twitch prediction up and get you all a gamble right now. Who's going to win map number 1? Umbral Bind Stacks for the Maev. We'll see Way of Light for Uther. Freshest Ingredients Chen. Kael'thas stacking those level 1 regeneration globes on the opposing side. Auto attack build for Falstad. Fell Flame, Pursuit of Flame for the Gul'dan. Whitemane is the, it's not Harsh Discipline, it's the Pity the Frail level 1. Flare for the Rexar, and Stitches is Patchwork Creation. So he's not going to be stacking regeneration globes, but he is going to be having a higher amount of healing received passively. But you also gain that 3 armor for every unit afflicted with Vile Gas, stacking up to 8 times. Someone in chat can do that difficult math, because you know I live in the United States. I don't know how to do 3 times 8. A hook will go shy of unlucky. Bash gets the Spirit of Vengeance away, and no early game kill. Why is it hard to play Gul'dan? Because Gul'dan you have to play between stealing away your own HP to give yourself mana. So you could effectively put yourself at a low enough HP where you're burstable, easily burstable by the enemy because you're trying to trade that HP for mana. Hence Gul'dan's trait. So it's a bit of that balance, which I think makes him a bit more difficult to play. Whereas Jaina or Kael'thas, like Kael'thas and Jaina, you just go globes at 1, and you should be fairly good on your mana once you finish out that level 1. You shouldn't be too mana starved. Whereas Gul'dan, of course, his whole thing is about being mana starved, and that balance between trading life and trading life for mana. Oh, whoa, all right. Well, big damage provider believers. Big believers in the damage providers here. Maybe that'll provide some channel points to you. Do you see what I did there, chat? Uh-oh, stun into Stitches. Silence on the ground as well from Stukov. Stitches actually walks into the enemy team, getting out of that silence, but also probably had a little bite or a little chomp. Not wanting to spread that living bomb. Splice moves to the lower side of this mid lane. Falstad gets the barrel roll over the wall to safety. And this mid lane camp providing some spell armor to the allies around. You can see that 20 next to a lot of Dogs players. Thank you for the reminder, Ninja. I appreciate it. Let's take a look at the level 1 questing talents here. 17 stacks on Uther, 7 out of 15 for Chen, 8 out of 20 for Kael'thas, 16 out of the 20? 30. I always forget. And 9 stacks on Falstad right now. Splice avoids spreading the living bomb once again, throws a slam down onto Bash. Maiev looking for Fan and Ive resets, gets some good heals out from Uther and Stukov. This is Biotic Armor now, right? No, one good spread. Oh, right, the Biotic Armor talent icon is now the Universal Carrier icon. I don't understand that change. There's a couple icon changes that I do not understand from the most recent patch. The hammer level 1 changes, I don't understand those. That graphically, those don't make sense to me. I don't understand the Stukov level 4 change either. I thought the Biotic Armor symbol looked fine. I don't know, that looked like armor to me. Don't know why we changed it to Universal Carrier. Little Giggle Beam from Whitemane. L-Dog is gonna drop a stun. So much damage over time, and Uther will fall. First blood to the side of DogZ. Bash gets the Spirit of Vengeance away. A little Umbral Bind to pull, as those Bonds of Justice are currently at 5 stacks out of the 10. Man, I miss having the Aliobs UI. I hope it's fixed by tomorrow. Hopefully there'll be a fix tomorrow. If not, maybe we'll look for something. Maybe we'll look for something later after stream. I'll just create my own with all of my advanced coding knowledge. Pursuit of Flame level 1 is finished for Gul'dan. I believe that just gives the bigger radius. That's about it. Yeah, it's just the 10% radius. No mana reduction or anything like that. Still poking out here and there. Falstad grabbing a Siege Giant camp in the bottom lane. A little bit of a brawl right now to break out in mid. No. Gul'dan just gonna try and do his... Oh, hold on! The stun! The gravity lapse! Gul'dan is able to get to the safety of his front gate while Stitches and Whitemane provide a bit of damage to the enemy. Also some heals. That little glow, by the way, if you didn't know, that little glow that you'll see around some of the red characters, that is the Zeal mark from Suspect. That is... Whitemane heals. She marks and does damage and then heals up those allies. That is the rudimentary explanation that I know, because honestly, Whitemane healing is completely confusing to me. Time bullet, damage over time. Chen takes down Chen, and Bash will be able to pick up some of the gems. Oh no, was it a sacrifice? The Giggle Beam, 42. Oh no! But Stukov's mounted. Unlucky will luckily be in position, and only a few gems will be lost to the ground. Lurking Arm. Falstad slowed by that. 10 talents here on the right-hand side, a little bit faster for Dogs. And red Web Weavers will descend for DogZ on map number 3, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Take a look at those stats really quickly while the Web Weavers do descend if you are curious who's died and how much damage has been done. Volstad flies into mid lane, getting back into the mix to help siege in. Gul'dan poking out onto the fort front gate immediately. Gust, Horrify, Scarlet Aegis, a Boar pickup for Rexxar, and Gorge Stitches. Horrify from Gul'dan goes fishing for someone. Kael'thas bops against the wall. A cleanse from Uther is allowing this Kael'thas to back away. We got a healing pathogen spread around by Stukov. Volstad barrel rolls back as Chen picks up his last globe for that level 1. Does he go Deadly Strike 4? He did indeed, so he's got that synergy. Mid-fork goes down. Kael'thas picks up his 20th regeneration globe stack, so he has the activatable Arcane Barrier, but of course that is an overstacking quest, and he's already going to be at 21. 36 out of 40 stacks for the Uther Wave of Light. 7 stacks on the Bonds of Justice on the Maiev. Gul'dan's done, and 22 stacks for the Falstad on his Frequent Flyer. And no pin down from Maiev, for anyone wondering. She does have pin down level 4, but no stack on that. But for damage providers, they'll pick up a Phoenix, Massive Shove, Wandering Keg, Divine Shield, and a Containment Disc. Camps to be traded on the left and the right. 10 gems, 4 dogs to be picked up, and they'll be able to have the summon of the Web Weavers again. I'm expecting damage providers to look for a turn of their own. This UI doesn't show me who's holding what. 45 on Unlucky as I can see them passing through. So Unlucky, honestly, everyone should just zone for Unlucky and get that turn in. The hook will connect onto L-Dog, forces out a Divine Shield. It's 1 heroic. Actually, everything else is off cooldown currently on both sides. Kael'thas throwing some Flame Strikes out, trying to take out the mage. Gul'dan doing the same with some of these fell flames. Misha with a charge through. Umbral bound back into the enemy, but no kill into her. Top lane Webweaver by the fort front gate will push things out. Bottom lane is about 50% in the lane. The same thing for mid. Half a level or so for a lead on the side of dogs. No hook to connect. Boar's unleashed on the low side of this. A flare goes out to provide some extra vision. Falstad's able to barrel roll away before the containment disc will connect. Gul'dan rotates to top lane and start working on the massive wave that is encroaching on that fort. And it looks like with Gul'dan going to top, dogs will play this safely. Look for the hook. There's the Gorge, and that should be a dead Uther as Sem gets the barrel or the gust away on the enemy team. That also pushes into level 13, so you see that Stitch's hook is now upgraded as the 40% range increase, so he gets the fishing hook for free. Lands that onto Time Bullet. Wandering Keg is up and available if Chen wants to look for that. Intercession activated onto Hard. Suspect was anticipating a Wandering Keg displacement. Not going to happen. Bash, though, in a bad spot will go down. That's a lot of gems. It's a lot of gems to be lost right there, and Wandering Keg will be forced out by Chen as well. Is this going to be a boss call? No, they're going to go for turn-in. Or boss turn-in? 14 seconds on Maiev. While they turn in here, I can show you the stats again. 8 on the Umbral Bind. Uther's at 45 out of the 50, excuse me. Apologies on that one. Did say it was... Oh, it's actually 60. Sorry, I don't know why. I keep saying the wrong number on that one. 30 stacks for the Kael'thas. Falstad grabs a camp in bottom. He's currently on 29 frequent flyer stacks. And 12 regeneration globes for the Rexxar. Misha, Hunter-Gatherer, level 4. Still 13 talented advantage to dogs. Splice maybe gonna go fishing here. Gorge is off cooldown. Finds another Uther. Gust is available from Falstad too. He's actually in bottom lane currently. Divine Shield forced out. Falstad flies in. 75-second cooldown on that one as the top lane Webweaver is gonna be cleared. Another hook will connect this time onto Kael'thas. He's gonna be cleansed away. The beautiful Horrify. Well, actually it ends up pushing people away. But the boars also slow down the enemy, so Horrify boar combo. And almost getting a kill there, put some pressure, force out a lot of healing resources from the members of damage providers. As the Webweaver in bottom lane, by the way, still has that Siege Giant camp and catapults. This is huge damage in the lane. Chen drinks up a little bit. They have to forfeit the top lane because they need to save bottom. They're not going to save bottom. Keg is being used to try and push back some of the siege potential. Get those catapults unfixated on structure, but dogs manages to have such a massive wave in bottom thanks to the Falstad. No Horrify, no Gust, but the enemy team is on map. They are seen on map right now, clearing mid lane and bottom. So this is an easy boss grab without any sort of stress or strain to DogZ. 21 out of 60 for the turn-in. Camp on the left-hand side is just now respawning, and 16 talent here will be gained off this mid lane wave. Are they going for camp invade? Are they looking to push up with boss? Seemed like they were rotating for the camp, but no, wait, Splice on the low side of our screen. Look at Splice, you even see the ping on him. Sidewall being taken out. He is seen by that sidewall. It does provide a little bit of vision. They come through looking for the hook down the line of the wall, can't find it. And I think that's just the red light on that top lane siege. Gul'dan throws a few flail flames in this bottom, or in this mid lane. And drains the health of a minion as well. And I do think this is just the back way. But I do have to point out, DogZ do have 16 talent to your advantage. It's a 2-level lead. Flare goes out to provide some vision in front of the keep. Misha takes out the sidewall. Opens up the lane, also gets rid of that sidewall vision. And of course, Misha gets free siege damage. Split away from Stitches right there. Doesn't want to spread that living bomb. Falstad goes back to bottom for some soak to pick up more stacks on his frequent flyer. Siege Giant camp about 10 seconds away. Camp on this left-hand side. Not started. Misha in the bush anchoring. Bash checks with the fan of knives. Finds the bear. A hook will connect onto the... I think they were trying to hook out over here or something like that, but Splice doesn't land anything. I think they should still get this camp for free. I mean, 16 talent here. The flare reveals the enemy just above. DogZ, they're fighting for that big payout for the DogZ believers. It's a 1 to 15 payout. The hook goes on to a catapult. Camp in the mid lane cleared out. Just checking scaling or stacking quests. Level 1 for Uther a couple away. Maiev is 2 stacks on her Bonds of Justice. 34 regeneration globes on Kael'thas. 17 for our Rexxar Misha. Time bullet is enough to share that little clover around them as they drink their brew. Another flare goes out from Rexxar, constantly providing vision around this mid lane keep area. Falstad soaks up top and sees that there's a bit of a movement towards that lane, so Bear rolls away and is able to back off without taking any sort of threat. Mid lane camp will be grabbed, and honestly, this is DogZ game to lose. I'm not the biggest fan of that phrasing. But it really feels like they're in the driver's seat. Like damage providers, they're super turtled up. They did get their 16, so that does kind of open up the door a little bit. Even talent here to fight on. Falstad showing in bottom lane. Mid camp is gonna ping, and then bottom lane camp will ping as well. A hook onto L-Dog. There's an immediate gorge as well. The rest of the team is still going for the turn, and they're like, that's cool, Uther, that's fine. You just cast Divine Shield on yourself. Oh, unfortunately, that does not work out. Gust from Falstad. He does have that crippling hammer level 16 for the extra slow. Horrify from Gul'dan. Wandering Keg from the Chen pushes people around. Suspect split from the allies, but Unlucky's getting a little low on the Stukov. Umbral Bind pulls the Misha. Doesn't even do that. The Gravity Lapse will connect, and Stukov will be the one to go down. Now we have an activated barrier from Kael'thas. He's going to be taken down as well. Longest. Thank you for the tier 1 for 6 months. We'll resend your alert when we get out of game, as Bash is going to get bashed. Spirit of Vengeance away. I mean, 1 tower shot and I think you're dead. So this is just a delay out. Bash is just delaying out the inevitable. There's one. Need 1 auto. Misha respawns, but DogZ will take a victory here on map number 3. First best of 3 of the day. An exciting series between damage providers and DogZ. Damage providers will drop down to the lower bracket. DogZ move on in the upper bracket. We will continue to follow them today.
If you know this, then why do you serve him?
Because he paid me a freaking fortune, you moron.
You got paid?
Less than 3.
Less than 3. Dennis, thank you again for the tier 1. I appreciate that. Hope you've been well. Hope you've been cozy. It still brings me a smile drinking beers with you outside the event. That memory still brings me a smile.